Hey yo, what's going on everybody? 2026 baby! It's Aaron Williams here, and today I'm going to be talking about my favorite Thomas villain, one of my favorite villains of fiction. He is the 10 out of 10 for devious deeds and brutal strength. He's the blast from the past who hates steam engines. Diesel 10. So, here's the reason why I'm making this video. I'm going to be talking about two of Diesel 10's voice actors. Joe Matheson, one of the original voices from Diesel 10 in the director's cut.
Help you?
And Neil Crone, the voice of Diesel 10 in the final cut.
Help you?
So, what got me to make this video is that it started when Cardi released the next batch of tapes. And with that, he put a little sneak peek of the Magic Road director's cut that he's working on. And it's the scene when Diesel 10 attacks Tidmouth Sheds.
Losing your sparkle, eh? What perfect timing!
As soon as that clip was out, all of a sudden, out of the blue, we got people. Joe Matheson is Diesel 10! He is the definitive Diesel 10! Screw Neil Crone! This man is Diesel 10! He's the best voice ever! Oh my god! And I was like, wow. What? That was a sudden opinion change. That was a sudden change. Now, I'm gonna tell you all this. I'm not gonna shit on anyone's opinion. I'm not. You are free to like what you like. If you love Joe Matheson, if you prefer him, that's perfectly fine. Here's my problem here. You have some people that love Neil Crone and respect him and his work, but they prefer Joe Matheson more. But then you have some people that love Joe Matheson and just shoo Neil Crone away like he was nothing. Here's what I gotta say, people. Here's what I gotta say. First of all, that's disrespectful as frick. Number two, Neil Crone is what made Diesel 10 so popular. Agree with me or not, this man brought this character to life when Magic Road came out. He's the reason why we love Diesel 10 so much and what got this character moving in the franchise. Fans taking a lot of inspirations of their interpretation from Diesel 10. This man, he brought this character to life. So it kind of bothers me that people are just ignoring Neil Crone and acting like, oh, he's nothing. Come on, people. Show some respect. Come on. I know. Here's what I gotta say about Joe Matheson. Here's what I gotta say. Joe Matheson is a damn good Diesel 10. He is a damn good Diesel 10. This man, he got the bar right here. He goes from being very calm, and then he goes very, he goes all the way up, a little booming, very sinister.
Hello, Twinkle Toes. I've got a plan, and you're not in it.
Joe Matheson is like the most sinister Diesel 10 voice I've ever heard. Now, from what the title says, Neil Crone or Joe Matheson. Here's what I'm gonna say. When it comes to what voice do you prefer for Diesel 10? I think it comes down to how do you prefer Diesel 10 to be characterized? That's the important question. Because when Joe Matheson and Keith Scott did Diesel 10 was written differently in the director's cut. I mean, he was still a bully, he was evil, but his motivation was a little different. And he was more of a secondary villain. Because, what's his name? In the director's cut, P.T. Boomer was the main villain. So, he was more evil. He wasn't never meant to be that comedic. He was more evil. He had a few comedic moments, but he was just all evil. That was it. And his motivation, from what I've read from the scripts and stuff, and the work print, he just wants to destroy the buffer so the engines can derail. But, well, no, there were other versions where, in the director's cut, where he's trying to find the lost engine, but I think it was for a different reason. I have no idea. Like, tell me guys in the comments below, because I think Diesel 10's motivation has changed in the director's cut. I don't know. But that's how I see. Then you have the final cut, when Neil Crone stepped in. Diesel 10, in my opinion, had a lot more personality when Neil Crone stepped in. Where he was still scary, but he was funny. He had a genocidal goal. There was so much range to Diesel 10's character. You go from being, a little bit sinister to being funny, then being angry and threatening, then going back to being silly, but still being terrifying.
Get out of my way! I have unfinished business here, and I want to finish it fast! Ow, itchy! I hate it when you do that. Fat Hat won't have much use for you looking like that. I call it how to stop being stupid.
That, in my opinion, that is my Diesel 10. Joe Matheson worked perfectly for how Diesel 10 was done in the director's cut, because he was mostly evil. He had some funny moments, but most of the time he is just evil. With Neil Crone, in my opinion, it makes this and this is why I love Diesel 10 as a villain. He's not just evil, nor is he just funny. He's both. He's terrifying and funny. I love that because it's so crazy. Even as a little kid, I laugh at Diesel 10, but then I scream whenever he's terrifying. That's insane. So, because I'm sure there have been other villains, but for Diesel 10, he was my first exposure. I've never really seen a villain who can scare the heck out of me, but make me laugh at the same time. I just love that. It just adds so much personality and range to Diesel 10's character. And Neil Crone, because he improvised a lot with Diesel 10. And the New Jersey accent, in my opinion, is a perfect balance of being scary but funny.
Losing your sparkle, huh? What perfect timing. Now where is that lost engine? No, you're not. What is that? Neither will that line of tin kettles. Shut up, Itchy.
And that's how I prefer Diesel 10 to be. I prefer him to be scary and funny. Now, again, if people prefer Diesel 10 to be just more evil, then hey, Joe Matheson is the pick. But I'm not gonna deny that Joe Matheson does a damn good job. Again, like I said, he's the most sinister Diesel 10 voice I've ever heard. I can't wait to hear him in the upcoming director's cut. I'm excited for this. But for Diesel 10, I always prefer him to be funny and scary. And Neil Crone, and his New Jersey accent, is perfect for that. That has always been my definitive Diesel 10, all the way. Even when I do the voice, I do the New Jersey accent, balancing the scary stuff and balancing the funny stuff. That's how I prefer it.
I like my lunch steamed.
Again, this is all my opinion. This is not a fact. This is my personal preference. The Russian accent. The Russian accent, I like the Russian accent. It's funny, but I'll say this: it's definitely more goofy. It's not a balance of being goofy and scary. It's just more goofy. But I do like it. It is an entertaining voice, I'll say that.
Because steam engines are cowardly, cranky, worn-out hunks of metal who couldn't hurt a fly. That's it. A little further.
But like I said before, I am not turning down on Joe Matheson, because Joe Matheson still does a damn good job as Diesel 10. Like, he is like very close. He's like he's number 2. He's this close. Same with Keith Scott. I love Keith Scott. Like, him and Joe Matheson are very close, even though I do prefer Joe Matheson more. But both of them did a damn great job as Diesel 10 in the director's cut, and really captured how Diesel 10 is in the director's cut. And I can't, like I said, I can't wait to hear more of their performance. Like, whenever Carney releases more stuff. Like, I'm excited for that. So that's all I want to break down, guys. Like, you know, Joe Matheson or Neil Crone, it all comes down to how you prefer Diesel 10 to be written. Because again, you know, same characters, but written differently in which version. So that's how I see it. Do you prefer Diesel 10 to be more evil with a little bit of comedic moments, or do you prefer him to be a balance of being scary and funny? Tell me in the comments below. And get ready, guys, because guess what? There's another Diesel 10 video coming up. The next video will be me doing my own interpretation of Director's Cut Diesel 10, where I take a little inspiration from Keith Scott and Joe Matheson. So get ready for that video, guys. And I also did a Joe Matheson impression on Twitter. I'll put the link of it in the description below. And yeah, one more thing. If you guys haven't done so, take a look at D10 Studios' Diesel 10 retrospective. I mean, I watched it. Like, it was really, really good. So yeah, that's all I want to break down, guys. So hope you all have a wonderful day. And as always, be really useful.